Cam Heyward wanting a new deal, and yeah, he's willing to go play somewhere that we all think would be pretty crazy. Welcome back to Mike Drop Sports, everybody. I'm Jason. Let's dive in here on a Monday. I never spoke about this situation just yet. It's been out for a few days, and it's the Cameron Heyward situation and the extension, the possibility of an extension. What does the fan base want? Do they want to see a 35-year-old Cameron Heyward back in the black and gold for, 2-3 years? Cameron Heyward himself would love to have an extension. If you look at Cameron Heyward, a guy that's been a core piece, a foundational piece of this defense, a real leader throughout the years. A guy that has been a Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner just last season. A guy that's provided so much to this Pittsburgh Steelers defense, this Pittsburgh Steelers team as a whole. And you say to yourself, would it be wise? Should the Steelers go out there and make a deal, get a deal done with Cameron Heyward now? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Cameron Heyward last year, yes, his numbers were down, appearing in around 11 games, I believe, last season, playing on a bum groin. Amongst other things, I believe, when you're favoring one leg and you're trying to play out there at a high level, you're going to cause injury to other locations of your body due to the overcompensation for that injury that you had, that he sustained in the San Francisco 49ers game, the home opener, the season opener. And you look at Cam Heyward this offseason, he's got everything cleaned up, he feels good, he's back now at the mandatory minicamp. At least he was appearing there, limited on reps, limited on those types of things. But as Mike Tomlin says, he would like to see other guys get the reps. He already knows what Cam Heyward can do. But you look at this situation and you say to yourself, is it wise for the Pittsburgh Steelers to bring back Cam at his age, 35? Probably will be playing the season around 36 years old here. You're looking at it here and you're saying to yourself, will he be able to be a major contributor? Is his veteran leadership enough? I think so. I think that, bringing back Cam, the leadership role that he plays, I think that he can provide enough in the run game. He may not put up jaw-dropping sack numbers, 11, 12 sacks in a season. He may be a little bit reduced in his speed and athleticism here at age 35. However, I think that in the run game, he can still provide a veteran presence there and really contribute to stuffing the run and being a real integral part of that defense in order to stop the run and keep running games for opposing offenses, at bay and not allow the Steelers to get gouged. But you look at this defensive front and you say to yourself, this room needs a real turnover real quick and in a hurry. You have guys that may have a little promise in DeMarvin Leal, a guy that's really pumped up for this season. Maybe potentially he breaks out now finally in his NFL career. You look at Keanu Benton, yes, slightly undersized, but yet high upside. You look at guys like a Logan Lee brought in the 6th round. Yeah. Larry Ogunjobi, maybe a cap casualty guy, He's dealt with many injuries over the years. But if you look at this whole defensive front as a whole, it could be one of the deficiencies. It could be one of the last glaring holes on this football team in terms of production. If those guys aren't able to produce, if some of them aren't able to take the next step, if some of them aren't able to remain healthy, if Father Time doesn't get those couple guys this year, you look at this defensive front and you say to yourself, man, they got to do some work, man. They got to get some things done here. They got to find some players that are going to be able to contribute, and it's going to become an issue. And yes, you can go out there next year and draft another guy like you did this year in the 6th round and got Logan Lee. You can do that. But you're going to you're going to see a learning curve. You're going to see literally guys take a couple seasons to be able to play that position, those areas on the defense at a high level. It's going to take some time in order to learn those spots, in order to be effective and really be major contributors. Cam Heyward wasn't an instant, superstar for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He wasn't instantly thrust into the lineup and, just given a significant role. That wasn't the case. And I think keeping Cam Heyward around here for a couple seasons, if that's what he wishes to do, I think one, Cam probably should take some sort of pay cut. I get that. He's not going to get what he's getting this year. I say pay him this year. You have the funds available. It's not going to kill you in the cap. So pay him the money this year. He, finish that contract out. Don't worry about renegotiating that to where you're really killing, deadening his cap hit this season. Look at 2025 and say to yourself, Cam, look, man, there's only one other player, I believe, in the league, even at his age, at this defensive front position group. You look at that player, and I think they're making around $3 million, probably less. That's probably the max that they're making. And you say to Cam, look, at your age, depending on 2024, what his production's like, you're going to have to be significantly lower in terms of your cap hit. And I think that if you want to go out there and chase a Lombardi trophy, I think that is something that you need to do and consider if you're Cam. I don't think that you need to make 20 million, 16 million, whatever your cap hit is this year. I think it's 16. But you look at that and you say to Cam, hey, if you want to chase Lombardis in the last few years of your career here, we're going to have to allocate some of that money to other players at your position, other players at different position groups, but we're going to have to use that money elsewhere. But you heard Cam Heyward say something that really bothered me, that really prompted me to do this video this morning here on a Monday here on Mike Drop Sports. And that was the way he said that he would go and play for somebody like Cleveland, how nonchalant he kind of said that kind of bothered me a little bit. And I think, though, I don't think that that's something Cam, is eyeing to do. I know they have family there. His wife has family there, etc., things of that nature. But I think Cam kind of used that as like a little bit of a nudge to the Steelers. I'll go play for Cleveland. I don't care. And I'll come and wreck you 2 games a year, I'll go join a defense that already has a bunch of people on there that, is making them pretty an elite defense, top 5 in the NFL. I think Cam's saying that. And I think Cleveland would open a guy like him up, or open their arms to a guy like Cam Heyward. 1, because he knows the Steelers. 2, it's Cam Heyward and what kind of a psychological value that would hold for the Cleveland Browns going into the Steeler games, playing inside of the AFC North. I think that is something that the Browns will look at and really take advantage of. But do I think that it would happen? No. I think the Steelers should get a deal done, probably, in my heart, with Cam. Do I know, though, exactly what they need to do? No, and none of us do, because there's so many variables here at play. And I think unless you're involved in those conversations with Cam, outside of the media spotlight, to where you're really getting down and dirty with these conversations, knowing what Cam wants, knowing what the team needs, in an intimate way. I think that you really just don't know exactly what the Steelers should do here. It's just really a tough thing. You're in a real spot when you're with a guy that's 35 years old, but has yet contributed so much. And when healthy, is still a significant player on this defense, a guy that can contribute in a significant way. And I think that is something that has to be really weighed. And if you're the Steelers, or do you have people behind him right now that are going to currently step up in 2025 and fill that void? I don't think you do right now. I don't think you currently have that right now, and it's going to take some time. Yes, Keanu Benton could step up, but I still think he would need another year or 2 to really hit his stride. Again, all these other younger guys, I just think that they're going to have a definite learning curve like anybody else. There's very few rookies, guys. Let's be real. There's very few rookies that come in and do what Joey Porter Jr. did and play at that level. Now, I don't agree with how Tomlin does it sometimes to where he benches these rookies. Well, not benches them, but doesn't give them opportunity to get in the game very often early in their career. I think that you learn and you cut your teeth in the NFL by getting significant reps, playing in games, and learning on the fly. You're already a phenomenal athlete, but you just need to learn and become accustomed to the speed, the play calls, and see what you got early, man. And I'm not saying they have to start. I'm not saying that they have to be in there every damn snap, but I'm saying that you have to let them contribute and that you have to allow them to see what they can do. And I think that you need to do that. You owe it to yourself because you have the draft. And are you going to have to, redraft that position? Are you going to have to look in free agency next year before the draft at that position? There's a lot of factors, and I think that sometimes Mike Tomlin shortchanges himself in that way. I'm all for allowing people to develop, allowing people to kind of sit back and watch a little bit, but I think that there comes a time to where you just get them involved and allow them to play those reps. So again, guys, this video today was all about this Cam Heyward situation and what they should do, and I want you guys to put in the comments, and we'll talk about it tonight on Steel City Live, our daily live stream here on Mike Drop Sports. I want you guys to talk about or tell me about what your feelings are on bringing back Cam Heyward on an extension. Would you do that? Is that something that you're looking at right now if you're Omar Khan? Would it be something that makes sense financially? What kind of a value would you place on Cam? Put that all in the comments and let me know what you guys are thinking, and we'll talk about it again later on Steel City Live. But I'm really curious as to what the fan base thinks about this. I know what I think. I'm not 1,000% sure in terms of how this all would work in terms of contract, what Cam's looking for in terms of years on the deal, money on the deal, guaranteed money. I'm not sure. But if it were me, in my guess, what I want you guys to do, I would look at Cam Heyward at 2 years, $18-19 million front end load a lot of that so he gets paid in 2025 one more time, and then allow yourself to be able to back out of it in 2026. That's kind of how I would do it, to where Cam's still around an $8-9 million cap hit per season. It's not huge. It's half of what he's doing right now. I still think that makes Cam happy. I still think that gives the team flexibility and allows the Steelers to jump out of it in year 2 if need be. If Cam gets a significant injury again, his play declines, real far, and to where the Steelers aren't able to just justify bringing him back in 2026 for his last year, that deal. Maybe that's what you do. I think that makes sense if you're the Steelers, and I think that makes sense for Cam Heyward and allows you the opportunity as a player to chase a Lombardi trophy, because I think the Steelers window is starting to open up. Do I think they win a Super Bowl this year? Probably not. But I think the window is starting to open, especially if they can figure out who's this quarterback going to be, the long-term situation there. Does Russell Wilson come out and just set the world on fire and, try to jumpstart his career for one more deal? Does Justin Fields battle back and, show the team that he could be potentially the franchise guy? How do they handle the rest of this wide receiver room? How do they fill it out? Are there young guys in there? Are there veteran guys in there that are about to step up and become real significant players? There's a lot of variables in there, but I think this defense right now is poised and set up to make a championship run. I just think that there's a couple other little variables that need to be taken care of here in order for the Steelers window to be fully open, the door to be wide open, and the Pittsburgh Steelers to be able to compete inside of the AFC and take a real shot at chasing a sticky Lombardi trophy. All right, guys, we're going to be back tonight with Steel City Live. Don't forget to put in the comments what your feelings are about Cam and his contract situation. Also, anything else that you would like to talk about. But we will be back and talk more about this tonight on the live stream. So I'm Jason. This is Monday morning, and this is Mike Drop Sports. Peace.